Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demons, Kamsa and Chanura. Mother is Devaki's child daughter, son, and the Guru of the entire universe, the Lord Himself. We salute Him again and again. So we are now today starting to read chapter 29, book 3. We start, it is the Kapila is at giving instruction to the path of devotion to his mother, Devahuti. So Devahuti is the mother asking question, and she is saying about today this discussion is that details of the path of devotion, how to develop devotion. So Devahuti said, you have told me in details before what the Sankhya philosophy says about the real nature of Prakriti, and it's with the evolutes like Mahab and the rest. So you have told me before the foundation of Sankhya philosophy and what is called Prakriti and what is Mahab, etc. And of Purusha also. The purpose of such knowledge, what is the purpose? Was being the attainment of devotion to Lord. All these are only for the growth and development of the heart to generate love for God. That was the purpose. So please tell me now the details of the path of devotion. You have talked about Shankha philosophy and the Prakriti, Purusha, Mahatattva, all these technical things. The main purpose of all this study is to generate love for God, devotion to God. So now Devahuti, mother, is asking the question to Maitreya. Tell me about the course of the jiva in samsara, the cycle of birth and death, and about the joys and sufferings involved in it, by a knowledge of which an aspirant may gain detachment from the worldly life. So now tell me that individual soul who is jiva in this samsara, in the cycle of birth and death, and they're going through all the joys and sufferings involved in it, and that by a knowledge, how can they become detached from the worldly life? And I also wish to be instructed about the nature of time, big time, the time in which is the power of Ishvara, having sway over even the mightiest of the mighty, and which, as death, provides inducement for all to do what is good. So I want to know that instruct me what is the nature of time, Kala, Mahakala, the great time. And it is what is this time is the power of Ishvara. It is the power of God. And having sway over even the mightiest of the mighty, it has the control. It controls the mightiest people in the world. It's the mightiest of the might, that is time. Because the whole world, all birth and death is regulated by time, time, time. In time one born, in time it grows, in time it matures, in time it dies out. So even the kings are born, powerful, good people, bad people, they are born in time. and all their power and everything ends in death. That's also time. So time is the controller, mightiest of the might. So, and that time is the power of Ishvara, God, of which death provides inducement for all to do. But and as a time as a death controls everyone, and that experience leads them to think that where is the peace, where is to why to do good. They do bad, and then in experience they come the suffering and pain. They try to do good. And fifth verse, you are the very son of yoga, O Maitreya. You are the son of yoga, yoga's guru, to men who have been long asleep in the darkness of ignorance. So you are as avatar, you are coming to awaken the sleep of the ignorant people, the men who, without any ultimate support, are entangled in the ephemeral objects, alluring to the senses, and fatigued with the burden of karma acquired through attachment. So you are here to help people who have, in the course of time, being entangled in the time's journey and doing good and bad work. They are burdened with their own karma, and through that they got attachment to the world. You are born here to help them, to redeem them from that attachment and bondage. So these are the questions put by Devahuti, the mother, and Maitreya, then Rishi said. What the Rishi said, "Oh, you noble scion of Kuru clan, being highly pleased and moved by piety at the very intelligent and meaningful words of his mother, the great sage Kapila spoke as follows." So then, listening this question, Maitreya said, the Bhagavan, uh, he responded to the question of the mother, Kapila. So what Kapila said? 7th verse. The practice of bhakti takes many forms according to different traditions. You cannot say bhakti is only one school. There are different schools in bhakti. As in Vedanta, we have different schools. Uh, Ajatavad, Vivartavad, Sunnavad, these, that, all fall in the spectrum of the Advaita. So the practice of bhakti takes many forms according to difference of traditions. This is necessitated by the fact that people's attitude and tendencies differ according to the dominance of the particular gunas of nature in them. So, bhakti, even, it cannot be said bhakti is only, you can define bhakti in only one way. Because bhakti also takes different, say, even they say that you have Shanta Bhav, Vatsalya, Sakya, friendship attitude with the God. That's the bhakti sadhana practice. Uh, the idea of mom, parent and the child attitude. Shanta Bhav, the idea of seeing sameness in others, that's also bhakti. Madhura Bhav is a relationship, conjugal relationship with Krishna, like that, that is also another attitude. So there are, according to the taste and tendency of the devotee, bhakti school is also divided in many groups, divisions. The man dominated by tamas imagines me at the binding of his cruel nature as a being entirely in separation, as a tribal deity, a polytheistic god, to be propitiated from motives of vengeance, ostentation, jealousy, and other low propensities. Bhakto, maybe Bhakto, but they think God is a very dominating person. No? So because of the tamas quality in them, they want to see that the beating of his cruel nature, because which is inside in tamas quality, as a being entirely in separation. God is so separate, I am so separate. And to please God, they need to slaughter animals, all these cruel attitudes in their practice of devotion. You know, so they are also devotees, but that is their way of uh, starting their spiritual journey. As they giving the example as the tribal deity, tribal gods and goddesses, human sacrifice, these, that. Even in that, they do mother worship, no? There are tantrikas, they worship, and they're, which apparently very violent, but they do it because they think because of the tamasa nature, God is like that. He wants sacrifice. He wants blood. Even in the earlier religion, no? In the Old Testament, we find that those God as a punishment, God as a representative of just holding a rod in hand, and you do this and you will get punished.
But this is bhakti.
Yeah, because they love God, even they give human sacrifice to God. Given an example, see that
Like
they,
bhakti for the king, for example. The subjects has the love for the king and the king is ruling. The similar type of
similar type, but here he's saying it is as a tribal deity, a polytheistic God, and to be propitiated for motives of vengeance, ostentation, jealousy, and other low propensities. So that is the tendency. They will worship that type. Gita also says, according to their own qualities, that they think God is like that. No? Sattvico person will worship one, that they will describe how a tamasic people's worship is become very crude and rude. Say you know the Holy Mother's life, that story, that there was one dacoit. Hmm? While mother was crossing the empty, what you call the field, and it became sun was setting, and the dacoit came. They are also worshippers. They worship Mother Kali in a violent form. Mother is cruel mother. Huh? That's why Mother Kali appears to different people different way. But Ramakrishna is the sweetest mother. Same Makali, sweetest mother, loving mother, protecting mother. I do not know anything, but Mama is so sweet and loving and positive. No? And the same, they worship the same Kali. That's why Kali also has so many forms. So mother is only one, but they have so many forms. According to the nature of this individual, tamas nature, rajas nature, or sattvika nature, they also worship that type of jajante.
It's so different in America. The violent people don't worship anybody. They're just violent.
Yeah. That in India, everything is connected with God.
it
You
depends
want
on
to
the
steal, you go to God and pray. Oh God, I am going to steal. Give me good pray today. Now everything is spiritual. That's the beauty of the country. But you cannot find anything minus God.
I think it greatly depends on the environment you are, because when we went to Sikkim and all those areas where the very
Harsh
rude
rude.
nature, so they have already the ice storm, then mountain and all this. So they have their Kanchenjunga and all this, and they are god the Buddhists there. They worship all these mountains as their gods and goddesses, and they all have the form of violent form, because from the nature they are always seeing the violent form of the nature, and they pray to
Whatever.
them, please be gracious to
Propitious.
us. Don't.
No, early days also in Vedic wisdom you find that they are asking, oh Rudra, don't kill us. Oh fire God, protect us. And I am giving some sacrifice to you. What I can give to you are angry. That's why so much thunderbolt is falling everywhere. Oh Lord, please help us. I will sacrifice my goat and give it to you as an offering. So they thought God is angry And God is become very upset. That's why He's pouring rain so severely. Oh rain God, please help me. In the Mahingshi, in the Vedic language, there are Mama Hings, don't destroy us. We are your child, and I am offering out of fear. Give best we can offer. No, so environment is whatever there, but also it is the question of the mindset of the individual person. We are because this is link. Just Kopila said the Sankhya principle, philosophy of Sankhya, Purusha, Prakriti. And Prakriti, he said Prakriti is three gunas. The three gunas, how that is dominating the world of our reality which we live it. Consciousness has nothing to do with anything. It is unchanging. But this is the changing part. And in that there will be tamas aspect, rajas aspect, and sattvika aspect. And tamasa person will offer tamasa worship, rajasika will be worshipping rajasic type, and sattvika will be worshipping sattvika. Gita verse is there. I am not forgetting the entire verse. Jaksha rakshansi tamasaha. Ahara, their food habit, gunas dictate our every part of our life. Our knowledge, tamasic knowledge. Our work, activity, tamasic activity, people say. It is a work, it's a tamasic, it's a rajasic, it is a sattvika work. So this division is, so that is the point. So it's a man dominated by the tamas. What he does, he imagines me. Me means the Lord, God, who is Sachidananda in the sense, but who is Krishna here, the Lord Narayana. So imagine me at the bidding of his cruel nature as being entirely in separation. They are not no connection with us. He is sitting in high heaven, and I am here, and I do anything wrong. That's why the rain is coming, so torrential rain, and we are washed away. The fire is everywhere, conflagration of fire. So they used to propitiate the nature in that way, thinking God is angry with us. And they worship God in there. But they are projecting the mindset in which they are born. But that is the tamasic nature. And what it does, to be propitiated from motives of vengeance, yet ostentation, jealousy, and other low propensities. The man of Rajosika nature, 9th verse, worships me as an extraneous being in image and the like for worldly enjoyment, wealth, and fame. What? Same, God is where? In some image, you go and propitiate the image. And for what? Not for bhakti, not for mukti, but for I am worshipping this God and goddesses, projecting the concept of his heart on the same entity, the different attitude for worldly enjoyments, wealth, and fame. And the same, say, Swami Vivekananda was asked to go to Mother Kali. You ask whatever you need. Go, Ma will give you. Ramakrishna said, but Ramakrishna, others, says he went. Swami Vivekananda could not ask anything because his mind is not neither tamas, neither rajas. It is sattva and super sattva. You went to the same Mother Kali, and now you go in the temple. Thousands and thousands of people are thronging to offer worship to Mother Kali. What they think? I used to see, now it is much clean. And I know when I was young, I used to go to Dakshineshwar. The whole wall, people as you, they with a scratch nail or something, they used to write on the wall, Mother, if I get a job, I will give you 5 rupees fruits and flowers offering. As the mother is going to same mother who was Ramakrishna's mother, the same mother where Swami Vivekananda went, and the same mother, this someone is written, Mother, I am praying, if I get this job, then I will give you 5 rupees prasad offering, and as if it's a bargain. You give this, and I will give you. I will give you because mother cannot eat. She has no food, so you give 5 rupees sweet meat, mean big chunk of it in those days. So it will be. Someone said, "Ma, I will give you a good offering if I can pass this examination." Ma, I am going for the lawsuit. If I can win the lawsuit, Ma, I will give you this offering. See, in the world, you can go around and see it is all filled. That means the same Makali, when Ramakrishna didn't ask for Ma, I give up everything. I do not know anything. I am your child. I give up everything. Give me devotion. Give me love. Don't allure me with any your Maya. Same Mother Kali standing there. People are asking according to their own tendencies. Someone may say, okay, he is my enemy. Ma, do something to kill him. Then I will give you this. That's also written there. That means, if according to the mindset, you are going to the same deity, and mother appears like separate something, and she is only standing as a ruler, controller, creator. So that is the Rajasa people will think they go to the God and on because God is only one God, worshipped in different images. That is the foundation of Vedanta. Bhagavatam also says that. I am only one. People worship me in so many forms. So we going to the same form, but according to the mental state of the person, projecting on the mother the same idea, different ideas. And the Sattika person, the man of Sattika nature, while still maintaining the attitude of separateness from me. Sattika attitude also, I am your child. This is Sattika attitude. Ramakrishna said in this iron age, what is the best attitude? Mother and child relationship. That is the purest relationship. As a child does not understand anything but mother. For every problem, he goes to Ma. Every happiness goes to Ma. Every suffering goes to Ma. So everything is for God. So that is the Sattiko type of attitude. Though they are thinking that is not is separate, is not one with me. God is separate, is not Vedantic understanding. It is a devotional practice, and devotion. Uh, but that devotion is always making a separation. Vedanta say, I am one. That is the sadhana. But bhakti means you create God separate, I am separate. That's called duality. In the duality practice, these are the three types of sadhana people do according to their innate tendency. Tamasa, God as vengeance, God of vengeance, God of ostentation. So what you do, you worship him, similar such thing. Rajasa person will be name, fame, power, position I want. So God is like a gorgeous God with crown in the head, with all majesty, sitting gold and night and sitting on the gold throne. All this concept. And Sattika person will see God as pure sattva. Is full of bliss, full of peace, full of blessings. And your mind will be nothing of the world, nothing of it's a Sattika joy. So they will be craving for that. The man of Sattika nature, while still maintaining the attitude of a separateness from me, M the capital, I, the Lord of the universe, performs worships for what purpose? For the liberation from bondage of karma, that is for moksha, or as an offering to God, or as a sacrificial injunction to be obeyed. So this is the point. Sattika will do. I offer everything, O Mother, at your feet. I don't want anything. Give me love, give me devotion, give me pure, stainless heart to see you everywhere. All these types of Sattika person does the meditation, does the prayer, but his goal is different. His prayer is different because it comes spontaneously from the heart of a person According to the tendency is born quality of sattva, rajas, or tamas. When the mere hearing of my excellences, the mind streams forth like the waters of the Ganges into the sea, unmotivated, unrestricted, and one pointed towards me, the Purushottama, and the presence in the hearts of all. That kind of love is called bhakti, the transcendence of gunas. So now bhakti is divided into four categories now. Sattvika bhakti, rajasika bhakti, tamasika bhakti. Another bhakti is transcending these bhaktis, that last bhakti, the supreme. What is that? Listening to God's glories, God's majesty in the world, God's presence everywhere. The bhakta, their mind will be streaming forth like the waters of the Ganges going into the sea. His mind will be one pointed towards God, unmotivated. You need not have to tell him, hey, come to temple. Hey, there is a class, come, attend the class. Nothing like that. His heart will be flowing like that, unmotivated. That means no external agency. His heart is so pure, above sattva quality. That's why all spiritual sadhana is chitta suddha karma. Chitta shuddhi, only purification of mind. And mind flows incessantly towards God, expecting nothing of the material world. So, hearing only God's glories, God's excellences, they feel so much charged. Their mind flows like water, river water flows towards the ocean, unmotivated, and it flows unrestricted. You offer some buffer, it will rush over it. That means the mental attraction for God becomes so intense that he cannot restrain himself. And that we find that you look at Sri Ramakrishna's life. His example is the greatest example before us. Chaitanya Dev's example. When the whole world vanishes altogether. When he just after sannyas, Chaitanya Dev wanted to go to Vrindavan, to place of Krishna. Ha Krishna, and is crying and weeping like that. And even people told him, they thought that, oh, he is going to be a monk. So giving up home. So they guides, they're all the devotees. They loved Sri Chaitanya so much. They took him in the wrong direction to come back to the home again. And he was oblivious of that. And he's saying, Vrindavan, how shall I go to reach Vrindavan? This road leads to Vrindavan. And he was intoxicated in that, and Ha Krishna, totally forgetting about where he is walking. And the friends singing with him, Krishna, took him back to the home. Then he got so mad and understood, and then left all the friends and then ran. And the others are running behind him. This running, he is running to go to Jagannath. He ran and he left behind everyone because he was so pushed by the call of the heart. His heart is so. These are examples. Ramakrishna, after whole day's work, puja or worship, when he was performing in the Dakshineshwar temple. As soon as the duties are over, he used to go run to that place, the Dakshineshwar itself, under the uh, pine grove area and the areas of silent area to do sadhana under the trees in the forest, in the little secluded place. Whole night, as soon as everyone goes to sleep, he is going to Panchavati. And going to Panchavati and meditating whole night, crying, weeping for mother. Huh? If people say that he used to weep in such profusely that visitors will gather around him, he is oblivious. Who is standing and he's rubbing his face on the bank of the Ganga and saying, Ma, another day, the sun is setting now. I have not realized you want to give me your vision. People are astounded that a pool, that is the pure heart, super sattvic. So that is the point, that is the fourth bhakti. This bhakti is called Parabhakti. Radharani, as for Krishna, Holy Mother, after Ramakrishna was passing away, he went to Vrindavan, and mother used to go in some ecstatic mood sometime, run on the beach or the bank of the Jamuna river, and with arms stretched and tears flowing, thinking that there is Sri Ramakrishna standing. So it is the whole world is full of Ramakrishna there, and he's trying to still catch him in physicality. So these are called the Parabhakti, supreme love. So as the water rushes and does not stop because there is some obstacle, unmotivated, unrestricted, and one pointed love towards me. His Purushottama. Me means not the man, not Krishna the man, not Ramakrishna the man, but Purushottama, supreme conscious entity. And the presence in the heart of all, who is seated in the heart of all. See, that is the point. Everyone can run. Romantic love also makes young people run for one another. Huh? They don't, all the qualities you can find. They don't think what people are in. America, it is different. I'm talking, say, Indian background. We are restrictions of the society. But when that love comes, who cares? Who is watching? Who is doing it? What obstacle? What mom will say? What dad will say? Whether they will be, I'll be in the homeless guy tomorrow, but I have no money. If I have, but I will love her and I will get her. And no similar love will be for God when it comes. That is called the, that is very rare. And love for whom? My beloved Rama, my beloved Krishna, not the person. Shuddha Brahma Parak Parura Kalatmaka Jagadishwara Ram, Parameshwara Ram. Parameshwara Ram. Shuddha Brahma, the absolute Satchidananda, embodied in the form of Rama, embodied in the form of Krishna, embodied in the form of Sri Chaitanya or Jagannath or Ma Kali, whatever may be. Think this way, me, the capital me, the love is unsatiated attraction. And just no obstacle can stop them. Unstoppable. That type of Purushottama, and they understand this me, I, as a Rama or Krishna, reside in the heart of all. Understanding this, they love me and they move on without any expectation, without any thinking, any gain or anything, and nothing can stop them. They forget their food. That happens in human love. Human love, when a friend meets another friend, 1 hour, 2 hours, they are talking, 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 talking. And then 2 hours, 2 hours it appears 5 minutes. No? Whom you love, and if you have that loving discussion with intimate discussion, 2 hours goes away in 2 minutes. And if you don't like, 2 minutes will be appearing as 2 hours. How I can get out of this situation? No? So this is all the condition of the mind. The supreme love is that unconditional love, unstoppable attraction for the beloved Lord. And that Lord, the knowledge is there that Lord I love is not a flesh and bone, a person in flesh and bone, but He is staying in the heart of all. Madguna Srutimatreno Mai Sarva Guhashaye Manogutir Avichinna Jata Ganga Ambasam Budho. If you go to the Sanskrit, it's so deep. Mad Guna Srutimatreno. As soon as they hear the glory of me anywhere. Shruti Matreno. As soon as they hear Moi listening about me, and they can feel such an attraction. Who am I? Sarva Guha Sayo. I reside in the heart, Guha, the cave of the heart of all created beings, Guha Sayo. Manogotir avichinna, the goti, the flow, the speed, the mind flows unidirectional. Our mind is flowing all the time. Mind nature is flowing. I think one thought, another thought, and another thought. Mind never restful. Only we try to meditate means when we try to make it restful. But it runs. But here, monogoti avichinna, this goti, the flow of the mind, is unobstructed. Avichinna manogatir avichinna avichinna yatha, as an example, Ganga ambasu ambudu. Ambudi is the ocean, and the Ganga, as the Ganga flows in the confluence of the Ganga, you can stop Ganga anywhere. Yeah, but it will try to go this way, that way, no? So the flow, the love, that pure love, sattvic love, super sattvic love. Previously was sattvic love, but this is super sattvic love. That next is the verse number 12. When by the mere hearing of my excellences, that's Tigache, Purushottama, presence of the heart of all, that kind of love is called the bhakti that transcends the gunas. Lakshanam bhakti yogasya, nirgunam sridhi aritam, ahoituki abhyavahita ya bhakti purushottama. That is called ahoituki bhakti. The terminology has come from there. Ahituki bhakti. No hetu. Hetu means cause. I love, I do not know. I do not find a cause. Why I love? Ramakrishna is to love Swami Vivekananda, no? His love was unconditional. And he was testing Naren, or Naren loves me. How? So, as you know, you read the gospel, as soon as Naren comes, Ramakrishna gets so excited, no? He will stop talking to others. He will look at him only, and all the discussion will be looking at Naren. As if he's attached to Naren. Now, to test Naren, what he did, one full month, Naren came and he turned his face the other way and started talking to everyone excepting Naren. One day, you see, it is very difficult to just withstand that type of behavior, which Ramakrishna was running after him, and he will say, hey, come, I have not seen you, come, and feed sweets and this and that, and praising Naren is such, you do know my Naren is great, this, that. And one day suddenly he entered and Naren is turned this way. One day, 2 days, 1 month, it went on. Then after that he asked, hey, Naren, you see that I don't like you anymore. You come and I never look at you. Then why do you come? They says, do I come for any other reason? But it matters, you look at me or don't look at me. But I cannot stop. I come. That's called ahetu. No hetu. We always go, if someone loves me and not show his love or affection or smile one day, then our love goes away. But it is the month she tasted. And Naren came as usual, sat there, listened to Ramakrishna, went back. Okay, he didn't talk to me. Okay, that's okay. Didn't look at me. Intentionally, he didn't look at him to test him. His love is ahetuka, no hetu, unconditional love or conditional love. All our love is conditional. You do this, I do it. You do this little more, rather do little more to me, I can go give you this much. It's a love business. You go with $100 in the Trader Joe's and you go purchase. They love you very much because you are a customer. But they will not give $100 equal $100 material, no? Minus 10 cents for your bag. But do you find anybody you go and they will lovingly give you one-sided? That is very pure state. Only niskama bhalobasa, ahetuka bhalobasa. Ramakrishna talked about it. Narada Bhakti Sutra. Narada Rishi says about that. Unconditional love, causeless love. You love, there is no cause, there is no hetu. Such devotion, so Purushottama, the presence in the hearts of all, the kind of love is called bhakti, that transcends the gunas. Such devotees do not accept, even when offered, any of the five forms of liberation. Salokya, Shasti, Saruppa, Samippa. Diyomanang na grinhanti mat sevanang bina. What is that? Salakya sasti samippo sarupai ekattam api yut sarupai kattam api uto diyomanang nagrinhanti binamat sevanang janaha. These are the very oft-quoted verses of the Bhagavatam. If you give them, entice them, okay, Are Baba, give me, don't love me too much. You go, I will give you an abode of pleasure. You will be staying in the same plane as I am. Shalukka, in the loka, same plane. Yeah? Where is Ramakrishna? You will stay in the same Dakshineshwar. Okay? It's better. Well, I don't care for that. Shaluk. Sajujja, very close. Salukka means the forms of Salukka living in my sphere. That's one type of bhakti. I give you, God gives us. Many people want to be like that, to live in with a holy association. They don't care for that. Salukka. Sarsti, having my powers. You want, you have done, you are my bhakta, I give you the power. You will be able to, just as I am exercising my power, you have the same power. So that means you can create the world even, if you like. You can create heaven, earth, everything you can do. But they will not be interested, bhakta will not be interested, deluded. Samipya, very living very close to me. That also they will not like. Saruppa, you'll get, I offer you boon that you will look like me. You will be like Krishna. And Sajujja being one with me. The only thing they want is the opportunity to render loving service to me. Ramakrishna says, I don't want to be sugar. I want to taste sugar. So they live only that much. I want to serve you. Dasu, dasu. I am your servant. Swami Vivekananda also said about Ramakrishna. Das tavu janame janame. I am your servant, O Ramakrishna. In age and age I come and serve you. I am your servant. I don't want your glory. I don't want to live in your whole prestigious higher plane. All these glorious things, which is attraction. Like the Nochiketa did the same thing to Jama. Jama tested Nochiketa by this. What do you want? Why are you asking for knowledge of the Supreme? Absolute knowledge, knowledge of Brahman. Why are you talking all this? You are a child only. Hey, I will give you Bhumir, Mahadayatanam. I will give you land, enormous land, kingdom, palace, everything. And all the pleasures of the life. If you are not satisfied, I will give you heavenly joys. I will give you, you don't want, you will live as much as you want. Jibit, Javut, etc. As long as you wish, you will live. You will never die. With youth, okay, youthfulness you will live. I give you all good. Mama Uparotsi. But don't ask about the spiritual question. Who are you? Why am I? And what is my real nature? Don't ask all these things. These are the attraction which all the people get fall there. That's why Jama also said, in this trap, he started praising them Nachiketa. Oh, Nachiketa, you are so great. You have rejected all my offerings, where even the greatest sages and saints they fall. That is the falling trap. Last trap. That's called the last temptation. So you are not caught into any of such trap like that. So this is the parabhakti, only supreme love can happen in that condition.
But Sri Ramakrishna said that Jivapati never can have Abhidhiti Bhakti.
You're talking about you that জীবকোটি cannot be অহৈতুকী ভক্তি না হবে না কেন হবে অহৈতুকী হবে but not like Krishna like Rama like Ramakrishna it will not be a degree and intensity is the question for simple one in jiva when he gets sucked into the supreme love he has no strength to come out of that so that will happen what will happen then
But Girish Ghosh asked for it, and Thakur said that it will not happen.
maybe Bhagavatam is saying and Ramakrishna will not contradict that. We have to understand the context. Anyhow, so it is said that the only thing they want, what the bhaktas want, this type of bhakta, so I want to serve you. Swami Vivekananda again said, I'll have to come, I'll be born again and again. The living God in the living entity. So any dog also, that's an expression, but it is the love for humanity. What is humanity? Humanity is a collection of the souls together. That means love for God. Love for God in man.
And he was also
Lakshanam Saiva Bhakti Yogakha Attantika Udarito Yeno Patibrajati Gunam Madhavo Ayo Upapaddate. Saiva Bhakti Yoga. This is called the Bhakti Yoga. Such is the term of Bhakti Yoga. That is the only thing they want in the Bhakta is the opportunity to render loving service to me. Saiva Bhakti Yoga Attantika is the utmost desire of a devotee, real devotee is this. Patibrajya Trigunam. By doing that, he conquers the three gunas. Such is the greatness and glory of the supreme state of bhakti, that by means of it, the jiva overcomes the hold of the three gunas of prakriti and becomes fit for my divine state. So, if this type of attention and attraction comes for God, then they become fit candidate to be my bhakta. Here, bhakti book, so bhakti is lionized and glorified that way, and they become fit for your jnana. Jnana is also to needs to be purified, to be right candidate, to be so the bhakti and other things to purify the heart. Now,
there are many questions.
many questions. Then our reading will not be here. Shall we end here? Then he says some devotional disciplines, how they practice discipline, what discipline they will follow. Let us see. 15th verse says, the mind attains to such a state. How will you reach that state? By adopting the following disciplines. Everything has a sadhana. When you hear the end result, they are very attractive. But it comes with tears of eyes. It does not come so easily. You are getting a PhD. It's not an easy thing to get it. You have to work so hard. Anyone achieving any goal has to work so hard. So this type of bhakti, where you want nothing, and your mind will flow unconditionally to your Ishta, Rama, Krishna, Christ, whatever you say, and flows, and not obstructed by any attachment. It's a matter of how much spiritual practice you have to do. So now, so those disciplines, I will just read 4 or 5 verses quickly and then end. The mind attains to such a state by adopting the following disciplines. One, the duties of life have to be performed with detachment. See, we are talking that Bhakti Yoga is separate, this is separate, but you now look at that, you have to do detachment. How detachment will come? Practice of detachment. This is the problem of the Hindu scriptures. They don't allow us to do anything of enjoyment or running about that or kill somebody or do something and we'll eat at an immediate heaven. 72 huris will be there. They don't. This is the weak point of Hinduism. That's why Hinduism is not very popular. In any book, anywhere you read in Hindu book, you will never find such allurement or important statement, vital statement. It is only you have to give up, detach, don't eat good food, don't look at this thing, don't do that, don't do that. Arey, what is that? This is a religion. Uh, no, as much as we read, we find that I cannot find any place Hinduism invites that you go and touch anyone, cause any harm to anyone, lie to anyone, cheat anyone. You are not spiritual. You are not. You cannot enter into the gate of the spirituality unless you have your improved character. No. So the mind attains the such state, the duties of life have to be performed. You have to do the perform the duties. That's the point. The Bhakti Yoga is not allowing you to just go away. You do perform whatever your regular duties in life. Husband, wife, you are a student, you are a doctor, you are an engineer. Everyone has a duty to be performed in his life. So perform your duty. But how? The detached as an offering to the divine. Whole Karma Yoga, whole Gita's teaching, yes, in a nutshell. Do every karma, detach, give the result to God. So what remains then? I did so much work and detach and give it to God. Then what is for me? Yeah, that is the foundation. Ritualistic worship, promoting the devotion, not involving infliction of pain on creatures, should be observed. You cannot inflict anything on another person, another suffering, inflicting any pain or suffering for others. My image installed in holy places should be worshipped. My images installed in holy places should be worshipped, seen, touched, and glorified by hymns and praises capable of stimulating devotion. Go to any temple. Go. That's where you go. Any Hindu temple you go. Rama temple you go. The Krishna temple you go, there are praise and prayers are going on, chanting is going on, and creating that. That is the praise of the Lord in whatever way. It's a my form. All the forms are my form. Bhagavad is so universal. People make it very dogmatic. My means Krishna. There's the explanation of a little limited personalities. M capital. If you capital, there is no two capital. If Brahman is one, it cannot be two, 20, 30 feet, 30, 40. So even when you are worshipping Krishna. Then who is Krishna? Just say, Sarva Guhasaya, who resides in the heart of all. So take that spirit. So me, my images, capital M means only one. There cannot be many capitals. Others solve, or we say my image is M small, no? Small letter and capital letter. We use for God, capital letter. God is not 20 gods, 30 gods in Hinduism. God is only one, but different facets of the God. So be worshipped, and then you go to worship, see with your eyes, purify your eyes, touch them, touch the feet, glorify with hymns and praises, and that can stimulate devotion. That type of selection you made, read such which stimulates your love for God. My presence in all beings should be recognized. Hmm. It is not Rama devotee, Krishna devotee, a Muslim devotee, a Christian devotee, a Jewish devotee. No. I reside in the heart of all. Who? There's no question humanity. All means the tree, the plant, the creepers, the bacteria, the cells. Wherever you go, it is only one. I reside in everyone. So that is the devotee. See, it is Vedanta or it is a bhakti. A bhakta should see that everywhere. So that's why people only unnecessary they fight and talk. There are, of course, in fine this analysis there is certain fine demarcation, but actually it is only one is the absolute, only manifesting in so many ways. So my presence in all beings should be recognized. The mind should be so disciplined as to have no attachment to the worldly objects. See, a bhakta, you will have no attachment to the worldly objects. So, then gone. Why will you go to put fire into others' house to possess that house for you? Why will you kill someone to take his money in your pocket? There is no scope for it. Holy men should be honored. Men in distress should be shown sympathy and kindness, and equals should be treated with friendship and courtesy. Control of the external senses and of the mind should be practiced. Raja Yoga. Entire Raja Yoga has been told here. Entire Karma Yoga has been told here. So Jnana Yoga is being told here. That all what is the Bhakti Yoga then? We are not familiar to think in this line. So Bhagavatam is to be read from that perspective. The scriptures should be heard and studied and continuously. Huh? Scriptures, read the scriptures. Huh? As Vedanta also say, day and night, huh? Read the scriptures, meditate on them. Sravana, manana, nididhasana. My names and deeds should be heard and glorified. Straightforwardness and selfless attitude should be cultivated. The company of holy men should be sought. A man who practices these spiritual disciplines, making the attainment of God love, the sole object of his life, will gain absolute purity of mind, as a result of which he will have the capacity to constantly remember me with delight and to be absorbed in me. As the fragrance carried by the wind swiftly reaches the organs of smell, so the mind, free from worldliness by the discipline of devotion, learns to go effortlessly to the Supreme Being. So mind will go. We need not have to drive the mind with a whip. But when the mind becomes pure, there is no way to go anywhere but God. And it will see everything through his eyes, God, feel everything in the skin, all touch of God, all the five senses will resonate and give him the touch of God. That is Vedanta. And that is Bhakti. And that is the supreme Bhakti we are asking for. Bhagavad is teaching that we should have that Bhakti. Okay, now we end here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. So we have ended on page 279 and we have read verse number 3.29.20. So we'll start reading verse number 21 next day. And moreover, we will have our class, next class, 7:30. Let me have some questions here. How can I conscious in 24 hours about God? That means what his question is, how can I be consciously thinking of God 24 hours? And just now he said, all this, and now we read this verses just now. Their mind should practice spiritual discipline, making that attainment of God, love for God. No material gain is to be object of life. Capacity, mind should be always joyfully, delightfully practicing, remembering the name of God, uh, holy places, holy association. All these will help us to think of God 24 hours. We have to keep our eyes open to see God everywhere, to see within and see out. It is a practice, awareness. We see things, but one inner sight, eyesight should say, there is God in it. I see the leaves, shining leaves. Who shining? Mind should say, it is He behind. So that is called the practical application. And that will allow me gradually to expand my consciousness from here to the leaves, to the human face, to the sun, moon, anything material, there can be the presence. Whose presence? Whose awareness? So that's the practice. Do do even atheists unknowingly feel the pull of God because all move towards God in their hearts? Yes, everyone moves towards God, but you have to define what is God. That is the most important question. If you say God, a technical question comes, then philosophers will sit and debate. Vedanta God is one, and then atheistic God is not God or God, whatever, but they believe in something. You have to believe that you are there. Forget God. You believe that some consciousness is here. That you define it. What is God? God is a man sitting somewhere with a clump of flesh and bone and sitting like in a chair in the heaven, high heaven. God is as consciousness. God pervades everywhere. God is everywhere. Every moment we live in God, we breathe in God, we die in God, we sleep in God. We are not aware of God. So what I can just say, everyone is searching for God. Why? You ask everyone what they want. Fundamental question. Forget your philosophy. Do you love God? Well, I don't love God. Okay. What do you love? I love peace. I want to be joyful. I shall be happy. My peace should not be disturbed by anyone. Uninterrupted peace you want? Uninterrupted joy you want? We know temporary joy. I ate something, ah ha ha ha, and then tongue to here, gone. It is a memory. Then I will eat more delicious food, more delicious thing. So what you are saying, asking for? You are asking for greater joy, greater joy. You are asking for peace and peace and peace. Not that peace momentary. I want longer peace, longer peace, longer peace. Define that is called God. And everyone is searching for that. A crawling worm is also searching for that. A microwave is all the COVID my bacteria, what they're trying to live. And human beings are saying, no, it'll kill you. We are vaccine, we are bringing vaccine for you. They said, no, I don't want to be killed. I want to live and deform in another form, another form, another form. So we are also doing the same thing. But we are all want to live long. That is called Vedanta. A fool to idiot, idiot to knowledgeable person, to the highest philosopher, to the worst. Everyone is seeking for God. You define God. Don't say God sitting in high heaven, God sitting in the temple only. And that God is not the point. God as reality, God as permanent, eternal substance. And that is pulling us all the time. I want peace. Why are you not satisfied if you get 100,000 job? Why do you ask for 150,000? Who is 150,000? You want 200? Why? Why to 200 to 250? Why? Why? You have got enough. No, I want more, more. Because you're infinite, you cannot stop with your limitation. So that means we are all consciously or unconsciously moving towards that. Huh? Another question. Are you saying that the holy man, I need to go through the gunas rather than give that up? No, holy man is in your heart. When you think of positive thinking, divine thought, you are holy. And you read this book, we read this book, this is holy. When I reading the book, what am I read? 1 hour, what I did? We did holy company. Because this thinking of noble thought, uplifting thought, that is the holy association. How do we become competent for our spiritual journey? We competent by sincerity. First of all of us should finalize what I want. I want temporary joy, temporary happiness, temporary peace. Okay, there are many ways to get it. But if you are not satisfied with temporary thing, you want something permanent and perpetual. So you have to create your mind, tune your mind to that. What I want. That's why you fix a goal. That's why what you say, how do we become competent? We become competent. First of all, we should to have a goal. And then our attempt will become to become competent for having that. Competency comes afterwards. But the goal is not there. But it's a question of competence. A student wants to get into the PhD course who has not finished 10th grade. So, yes, what is the competence? Are you make competent for your college, and then competent for your masters, then competent for your PhD. So you have to raise your awareness more higher and higher and higher. In spiritual life also same. Not mere only 10 minutes in the morning meditation and some chanting and I'm spiritual. No. Or I do 2 times a day, I am spiritual. No. I do once a month, 3 times. Huh? Our Swami Sahananda used to ask, who is who is a church member? Church member is considered that if one comes at least once a year, attends any sermon, then he is a church, he is a member. So that will not do. I do morning and evening 2 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours. No, none that will do. You do in between what you did. It should be uninterrupted practice, continuous. There is no end of it. And it should be saying, oh, there is no gap, will be one thought to the other thought. That is God, 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 God. So we have to go on increasing, and then we feel the pull then. If one does that, Raja Maharaj said, na, Brahmananda, uh, don't question. What I said, do those practice. Do 3 years, very seriously, what I have told. If you don't get it, come and slap me. He put this challenge, but nobody came to slap him. That means the truth is truth. You practice, it will happen. If you don't practice, what will happen? Yeah, if I sit in a car and think I'll be going to San Francisco, I'll go to San Francisco, I'll go to San Francisco. Okay, San Francisco is so great, San Francisco is so big. But I don't drive the car, I don't put my effort to do anything. And San Francisco, whole life will go away. I'll be sitting here and say only San Francisco. But if you want to do, move, just move on. And it will make us more competent, more able to do. Oh, Baba. Thakur said, Mother and I is the best attitude. Could this lead to Mahabhava as Radharani attained to Madhura Bhava? I think yes. If you love my mother, the child, look at the child when child does not want anything. That is the mood. Only Ma, nothing else. In the mind of the baby, there is nothing but Ma. That is the state will come. A person will think there is nothing but God, my beloved. Say mother and child attitude. But attitude is the attitude which connects us with God. So child gets connected with the mother. Similarly, the spiritual aspirant gets connected with the divine. They become one. Yes, I think that yes, the same situation will come. However, Mahabhava is a technical term. We should not use it. Mahabhava does not happen to ordinary people. It is only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had that, or Ishwar Kotis they have, Bhava, Mahabhava, avatars they have, not ordinary people. Has it been your experience that pure love develops over time, or does it come all at once? Have there been particular austerity that was most effective in bringing love manifest? No, nothing like that. We have to practice every day, and it develops every day, inch by inch. Huh? You love God and you pray to God, you keep your mind in God awareness while doing every action in the day-to-day life. It should be constantly practiced, and there is no special. This is the austerity to remember God. Tell me, how many of us can think of God all the time? Even in the work, Ramakrishna said, like a toothache. When the toothache comes, does anyone ask you remember? Hey, do you remember your toothache? You need not have to be reminded. Toothache will make you remind. I am here, I am here. So inner feeling will be that you need not have to be provoked by anybody to remind you. But that God's name, God's love will be saturated inside. You will be then in the flow, of stream of connectedness with God will come. That's called ajapa, and all this terminology are there. People get involved into the japa, repetition, constant repetition. Repetition not with the lip service, but repetition with the feeling, with the emotion. Okay, so thank you all. We'll see you again, hopefully in the 7:30, and to study Santi Gita, what we are doing now, to revising again. Thank you.